After the sentencing day, after the corrupt gods heard their verdict, after the cry when I thought, oh God, something happened in this throne room. The Father spoke to the Son, and what he said rearranged the hierarchy of the universe. The Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand. Not stand in the assembly like the gods who fail, not kneel like the angels who serve. Sit until I make your enemies your footstool. The gods who judge unjustly, footstool. The princes who corrupt the nation, footstool. The lie that stole the first dominion, where every principality that thought its seat was permanent becomes furniture beneath the sun. The accuser said, I will ascend above the stars, I will set my throne on the mount of assembly. But the seat was never vacant, it was reserved for the one he tried to prevent. The Lord sends forth from Zion your mighty scepter, not from Babylon, not from Rome. The hill the dragon surrounds but cannot take. Rule, rule, in the midst of your enemy. Rule, not after the victory. In the midst while they rage, while the nations conspire, the scepter extends anyway. Your people offer themselves freely, freely. On the day of your power, power. In holy garments from the womb of the morning, the corrupt gods demanded worship through fear. The sun receives volunteers, not slaves in chains, but priests in white, born like dew, appear before the enemy wakes. Scattered at Babel, gathered at Calvary, the peoples, the princes lost, march under the scepter from Zion. What the Elohim stole, the sun reclaims with willing hearts. The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever. After the order of Melchizedek, before Aaron, before Levi, before the mountain burned, a king in Salem who was also a priest, who blessed the father of nations with bread and wine, a shadow of a table that would come. None of the rulers of this age understood the order, for if they had, they would never have hung glory on a tree. The accuser engineered the cross for death, but the priest king consecrated it an altar, offered himself to the eternal spirit. The lamb slain before the foundation of the world, finally slain in Jerusalem. What the enemy designed for execution, heaven repurposed for atonement. The grave received him as a prisoner. He walked out holding the keys. He descended to the enemy's domain, stripped the keys of death and Hades from the dragon's hands in the dragon's house. Disarmed the rulers, disarmed the authorities, made a spectacle of them in their own courtyard. Then ascended, led captivity itself captive. A voice shook the heavens, the accuser has been thrown down. The one who stood at the right hand to condemn, the one who demanded permission to destroy, thrown down. Access revoked, his office abolished by blood. The second fall and the final one. The Lord at your right hand, shatters kings on the day of her judgment among the nations. Every throne the princes build, shatter. Every kingdom the dragon govern, fall, and he crushes the chief over the wide earth. The serpent's head under the priest king's heel, the oldest promise fulfilled. He drank from the brook by the way, humbled, emptied, poured out, therefore lifts his head. Exalted because he was crushed, enthroned because he was buried. What the council sentenced, the son inherits all authority, heaven and earth. The sun sits, the scepter extends. Rule, rule.